In this video I will create an infrastructure for my game that is built for
1 million
players. So it's Tuesday 8 o'clock and today I will start developing my 2D live sim MMO. As an experienced web developer, I will start with infrastructure first. In web development, the first step is always defining the tech stack and all requirements for the project. For my game I want to manage a lot of players, so I need a server infrastructure that can deliver all the features an online multiplayer game needs. My main requirements will be a secure login system, cross-platform capability, and multiplayer systems to give players the possibility to see each other in real time and communicate with each other. To fulfill all these requirements, we can't just host the game on a simple or small server. We need an advanced and scalable hosting server that is made to host such games worldwide. So I started a bit of research on services for hosting online games on a scalable server, and I found some cool services that could be capable of all my game requirements. First I found Unity Game Services. This is a service from Unity itself and it can be used for many different things, like game server hosting, matchmaking, netcode solutions, voice and chat services, account management, content delivery, and even serverless functions to run game logic away from the client. So it has a lot to offer and make it easier for us to create more complex systems. The second service I found was PlayFab. This service is made by Microsoft and is also capable of multiplayer services, analytics and more to fulfill all the needs to build and operate a multiplayer live game. So these two services really stand out and I have to make a decision on which service I will use for my server infrastructure. I'm a developer, so at first I take a look into the service documentation to check if there are some good articles about using these services for many different use cases and checking how well these docs are written. Beside the documentation, I also check the pricing and community support on both services. Finally, I made a decision based on the documentation quality, community support size, and a scalable pricing model with a generous free plan available. So I started to build my game infrastructure with Unity Gaming Services. I created a free plan account on the UGS website, took a deep dive into the documentation and started to search for the best ways to manage authentication, localization and user account data on the UGS server. It also was time to initialize the project on Unity, so I put out a simple prototype name for my game and generated a new Unity project with the 2D URP template. Within the Unity editor, I started with a simple login scene and created a repository with the version control system that UGS has to offer. For every one of you who never heard about version control systems, here's a 20 seconds explanation. Version control systems are software tools that help development teams manage changes to source code over time. Version control systems keep track of every modification to the code and help developers collaborate on a project as a team, preventing conflicting changes. That's the basic idea. I want a version control system for my project because I plan to work on this game with other developers in the future and also want to have a complete long-term change history for all changes and features added to the game. Another great aspect of version control systems is the protection against data loss. After every feature or rework I do in my game project, the new feature will be added to the version control system. And in the event of a computer crash or a drive error, my game's source code is safely stored in the version control system on my UGS server. So I can't lose progress on my game because the version control system is saved in the cloud all the time and gets synced by me after every relevant change in the project source code. By the way, UGS comes with the plastic SEM version control system that has a simple UI for managing changes and can handle even big files easily. So it's more fitting for Unity projects than other popular version control systems like Git, for example. With this base for my project, I plan to create a full functional login screen next and add an authentication service for my game to create player accounts and save player data to my new server infrastructure. I hope you enjoyed my second devlog. You should also check out my other videos here on this channel. Thank you for watching and see you at the next tea.
In this video I will create an infrastructure for my game that is built for
1 million
players.